Is there anything more exciting in football than the limitless potential of a promising youngster? Sometimes, these young guns step onto the field and look as skilled and assured as a footballer in their peak. It makes you giddy to think about how much better they can get with time. To see Barcelona and Spain's Pedri, who played 73 competitive games last season, all before his 20th birthday, is inspiring for all the dreamers waiting to shine. But growth doesn't come in a vacuum. Talent has to be nurtured and guided to give these youngsters the best chance to succeed. So let's rank 5 of the best club academies in Europe today, exploring the philosophy and spirit of the institutions that produce the footballing stars of tomorrow. Bergamo's closeness to Milan has meant Atalanta has lost young players to Inter and AC Milan over the years. So now, they're looking overseas a bit more. Amad Diallo, Dejan Kulusevski and Musa Barrow are some of the international talents that have netted the club some handy transfer fees. Atalanta have enjoyed higher finishes and later exits in League and Cup football lately. So competition is tough for the young'uns. At the same time, however, the growth ceiling is much higher. Matteo Carnesecchi, Filippo Melagoni and Abrima Colli are among the talented infantry that make up the loan army of almost 60 players that were sent out for valuable first-team experience. The success of Paris Saint-Germain's academy is thanks in part to the Île-de-France region, in which 10 PSG schools are located, blowing up with fresh talent. The region is home to a population of socially disadvantaged people, usually from immigrant backgrounds, who honed their skills with the dream of making it out of the banlieue. A wide-ranging mix of graduates means a smorgasbord of skills and positions. From dynamic technical players like Kingsley Coman to big and athletic players like Presnel Kimpembe. You'd think more players would make the first-team squad. Christopher Nkunku, Mike Maignan and Boubacar Samare are just a tiny portion of academy players that have left the club over the last decade. Perhaps they need a transfer ban to keep experienced players from being brought into the first team. A transfer ban did Chelsea a lot of good, aligning the senior side with the exceptional academy for the very first time. What makes Chelsea's academy especially strong is how ready its players are for senior football, even if it's not with the Blues. Tino Livramento walked straight into Southampton's starting lineup. Same goes for Mark Guéhi at Crystal Palace, and a slew of other players that were not even the third best prospect in their position at Chelsea. Reece James, Mason Mount, Trevor Chalobah, Andreas Christensen and Callum Hudson-Odoi have managed to progress from Chelsea's academy into the club's first team. But Chelsea offer homegrown players both domestic and international careers that allow for a return to the club. Every football fan knows FC Barcelona's La Masia Academy. Talented youngsters have been coming through those doors for generations, but the late 2000s and early 2010s were its glory years. Pep Guardiola led Barca to trophy after trophy, including an utterly dominant 2011 Champions League triumph that contained 10 graduates from La Masia. And although it felt like La Masia had lost its way in the years since, last season saw a new generation starting to push through. Led by Ansu Fati, Ricky Puig and Oscar Mingueza, the club's financial troubles mean La Masia will again be relied upon heavily for first-team talent. Even if some of those names don't become Barca stalwarts, a focus on technical quality over physicality will give the players what they need to play in a host of other leagues. AFC Ajax's academy stands far ahead of the pack on its own. Its greatest youth product is undoubtedly Johan Cruyff, a near mythical figure from the 1970s that helped build the utter dominance of Ajax in its heyday. Ajax may not be a world beater anymore, but it produces at least one future starlet every other season. The most recent being Matthias de Ligt and Frankie de Jong. Although the reality of modern football means these players are quickly snapped up by clubs from Europe's top leagues, with technical skill, dynamic positions, quick passing and relentless pressing, Cruyff's philosophy still flows through Ajax veins. A present-day up-and-comer is Ryan Gravenberch, a De Toekomst player who's broken into the first team over the last 18 months. Watch him, and you'll see the Ajax education on display. a great progressive passer of the ball and agile despite his 6'2" frame, Havenbear is sure to follow in the footsteps of a long line of players that leave Amsterdam for greater pastures. Did we miss your favourite team's academy and all its renowned starlets? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.